everybody, Harold here. Today I want to talk about the DAX function YEARFRAC. Uh, YEARFRAC returns the year fraction representing the number of whole days between start and end date. So it takes three arguments: start date, end date, and calendar basis. What YEARFRAC is good for, here's a great example. Here's our 2025 benefits table for a small company. We have 5 employees. The first day they work during the year, the last day they work during the year, first name, last name, and the annual benefits for that position. Because some of them didn't work through the year, like Brian was there in January, but he left in August. Carl left in February, but then we hired Mark. Haley and Linda were there all year, so they should be entitled to all their benefits. But to get the correct benefit amount, we need a fractional portion of their annual benefits if they did not work there throughout the year. We could take the number of days worked divided by 365 and do all that. But in DAX, there's a convenient formula called YEARFRAC, and let me show you how it works. So first of all, we could have done, let's make a new column here on employee benefits. Let's blow this up for you guys. So I could have just done dative equals uh, dative start date, comma, end date, and then a unit. So we'll do days, unit of time. So that should give us the date diff. Let's drop that in our table. So that's a good approximation. I'll have to add 1 to truly show it with date diff because it's not inclusive. So now it's 365, so that looks good. They worked the whole year. But then I'd have to divide it by something. So YEARFRAC. Let's get these date diffs off here. We can't really do anything with these without dividing by something. Let's use YEARFRAC instead. So I'm going to do a new column on employee benefits. You can put these in a measure. I'm just doing a new column for convenience. So YEARFRAC, we'll just call this YEARFRAC equals YEARFRAC. And there's 3 arguments here: start date, employee benefits start date, end date, employee benefits end date, and the basis argument, which is a calendar basis. We're going to leave that at 0, which is a default US 360. I'll explain that in a moment. Let's drop our YEARFRAC in there. So that should be the fraction of the year employee worked. We can now take that. Let's not summarize on that one. We can create a new column or measure. Do a column. Say actual benefits equals YEARFRAC employee benefits YEARFRAC times annual benefits. With that, drop it in our table. Well, don't summarize again. So let's make the actual benefits 2 decimal places. And there we've calculated our benefits. Now I mentioned the basis argument. Let's go back to YEARFRAC here. I put 0. Let me just show you something over here in DAX view. So got a little, blow this up. This example was from Alberto. Also, I want to evaluate something here in DAX view just to show you the difference in the calendar basis argument. So I've got a var start date, first date of 2025, a var end date, the last date of 2025. I want to return, and these are the arguments. 0 is YEARFRAC US 3360. 1 is YEARFRAC actual. 2 is YEARFRAC actual 360. 3 is YEARFRAC actual 365. And 4 is YEARFRAC EU 3360. There are slight differences in how these calendars are calculated. For instance, the February 28th rule and the March 31st rule apply to EU YEARFRAC, so on and so forth. You can Google that, but just know there are differences. And to show you, let me run this. So this should be 1 year, right? Well, you can see down here, try to zoom in on my video. YEARFRAC US 3360 is 1. Actual is a little less than 1. Actual 360 is a little more than 1. Actual 365 is a little less than 1. And YEARFRAC EU 3360 is also a little less than 1. So you may not get exactly the right amount of benefits depending on which one of these you use. Let me show you something else. If you change it to a leap year, they're going to change again. So US 3360 is going to stay at 1, but now actual is at 1, and actual 360 has changed. I think actual is the same because we counted the leap year, but it's still not a full year. So you can see how this, on on a huge amount of benefits, it could make a difference, a huge difference to how you're calculating those benefits. But let's go back to report view and we'll kind of just cycle through these. So so this is the correct amount. This is what they should be getting. If I use the wrong calendar argument, there's 1. Now, Haley's lost $48 in benefits. We'll just look at the 2 that did the full year, Haley and Linda. And Linda's lost 53. Okay, let's try it with a 2 argument. Now Linda's getting more than she should, so is Haley. Try with the 3. Linda and Haley are getting ripped off again. And one more time with the 4. Linda and Haley are getting ripped off by a slightly different amount. So that's the only thing you really need to pay attention to with YEARFRAC. Uh, what the basis argument is. If you're in the United States, pretty much just let it default to 0. And you should get the right answer. So that is that for YEARFRAC. I hope you got something out of this. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Thanks, everybody.